If you're a coach or info seller who has an email list, for most people, their email list is either an ATM machine that prints their money or it's a graveyard of cold subscribers that hasn't opened their email since 2022. All right. You don't need more followers. You don't need 10,000 new subscribers, although that would probably help. You just need to know how to scale the existing list that you already have, how to make more money every single time you click send. So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can make more money from your existing list, how you can grow your list further than it is right now, and how you can turn your email marketing system into a revenue generating automated system that literally works for you while you sleep. So let's get right into it. But before we do that, let's just quickly break down who this video is for and who it's not for, because I don't want to waste your time. So this video is for you if you're a high ticket coach, mentor, info seller, community owner, and maybe if you're an agency owner, if you have a single service agency. If you're making more than 10 grand a month, if you have client results, and if you're open to new perspectives. If that is you, then this video will probably be quite useful. Now, this isn't for you if you are under 10 grand a month with no client results and you're not open to new perspectives. If that is you, then just click off the video right now because this won't be useful. And in fact, I'd just like to add as well, this is for you if you have an email list. If you don't have an email list, then this won't be useful for you. So click off. But now that we're speaking to the right people, why should you even listen to me? So this is some of the results that we've been able to get with our clients through email, such as they came pipeline 7 days, 5K impact on day one, 10.5K pipeline 10 days, 10K pipeline 7 days. And since we are more focused on email, here's some of the metrics. 95% open rate, 76%, 70%, 89%, 76%, then click rates, 19%, 41%, 22%, 28%, 8%. So there's plenty of proof. You can check out my Instagram if you want to see more. But without further ado, let's get right into the source. And let's first break down why is it that a lot of people have an email list, but they struggle to make crazy money from it? Because you've probably heard the statistics like email marketing has a 42x average ROI, but people struggle to get that kind of ROI. Why is that? And the truth is it's not because your list is too small. It's not because email is dead. It's not because your audience is broken. It's because of 3 brutal mistakes that I see most people making. And if any of these sound like you, it's not your fault, because nobody's taught you this properly. So let's break this down. The first mistake is treating everyone like the same subscriber, okay? Most people send the same email to everyone. Someone who just joined yesterday gets the same email as someone who bought a year ago. It's like walking into the hospital and giving each patient the same pill. It doesn't matter if they have a fever, if they have a broken arm, or they're pregnant. And then people start wondering why their open rates are dropping, why click rates are dropping, and why their revenue's flat. Because if you talk to everyone, you talk to no one, okay? The second mistake is only sending newsletters and never making offers or training people. Most creators, coaches, info sellers, they treat email like a diary. They send, here's what I did this weekend. Here's a new YouTube video. Here's a random thought I had at 2 a.m. And sure, those have their place in your email marketing system. But if you keep pouring more and more information on people and you never present your offer or ask them to take some kind of action, then you're training them to ignore you. If you don't train people to take action on what you say, then you train them to ignore you, which means that your list will go dry. And when you want to sell to them, you will struggle to see results. And the third big mistake is having no system, just sending and praying. Most people write an email, they hit send, and then they hope for sales with no structure, no sequence. It's like planting a seed, never watering it with no sunlight and then wondering why nothing grows. But imagine instead, if you send an email once and it keeps making sales every week automatically for new subscribers, that is what step 5, the last step, that's what that's all about, automation, which helps you make money while you sleep. But before we get there, all right, let's start with step 1. And let's start with the fundamentals, the backbone, because before you grow your list, before you start automating, like we're going to talk about in step 5, before you sell anything, you need to know what you're working with. Because most people are sitting on a list right now that could probably make them more money, but they just don't know how to measure it. And they don't know some of the key fundamental metrics and principles that are going to allow them to make more money. So step one is simple. Audit your email list. Treat it like a business asset, because it is, not just a bunch of random numbers. All right. Part one, know your numbers. Okay. Know your numbers. Ask yourself these 5 questions. How many total subscribers do I have? How many of them are active? Like they have opened an email in the last 30 to 60 days. What's your average open rate? What's your click-through rate? And how much money do you make per subscriber per month? Most people can't answer question 5, but truth is, if you don't know how much money each subscriber makes you, then your email list isn't a business asset. Then you just have a guessing game. But don't worry, because in step 3, I'm going to show you how you can actually calculate revenue per subscriber so you can double it without even growing your list. Step 2 is to clean your list. A weird truth about email is sometimes deleting subscribers can make you more money, because the more cold, dead emails that you keep, the more email platforms like Gmail will push you to spam. So here's what I want you to do. Identify people who haven't opened an email in 60 to 90 days and send them a simple reactivation email. Hey, do you still want to receive these? And if they don't respond or they don't click, then delete them. All right. I know it can hurt because you spent all this time and money into content and getting people into your email list, but a smaller list that opens, clicks, and buys is worth way more than a big list that no one cares about. All right. Part 3, tag your subscribers. This is going to make step 2 way easier. Go into an email software like ConvertKit, AdSense, Klaviyo, whatever you use, okay? And add simple tags like new subscriber, like clicked link in last email, like purchased before, like cold lead. You don't need 48 different complex tags. You just need to know who's engaged, who's cold, and who's bought from you, okay? That allows segmentation. So step 1 is about clarity, okay? How to measure your list, how to clean out the dead weight, and essentially how to tag your audience so you can sell smarter. Just by doing these 3 things, knowing your numbers, cleaning your list, and tag your subscribers, you're officially ahead of 90% of people already. All right. Now it's time for step 2, segmentation. And segmentation is the difference between emails that print money and emails that annoy people. This is about doing something that no one else does, segmenting your list like a profit-focused business owner rather than a hobbyist. Because truth is, segmentation is the difference between your offer and your messaging sounding extremely generic and it sounding very, very specific to specific people. All right. Because, and it kind of links back to what we're talking about here, by tagging people, by knowing your numbers and by knowing your list, segmentation is the next step. And segmentation makes everything else so much easier because it feels like you're tailoring emails to specific people. So let me show you 4 different segments that you can use that will allow you to consistently make more money from the same subscribers without adding new people. All right. First one, segment new subscribers. Okay. These are the people who just joined your list. They're the most excited, they're the most curious, and they're the most likely to buy. But most people send them nothing but a boring thanks for subscribing email. Okay. Instead, create a welcome sequence. Okay. And you can even automate this. I'll show you how to do that in step 6. But all you have to do here is tell your story, give them a quick win, and subtly introduce your core offer. Don't hard sell here, but build trust and plant seeds, because this is where the relationship starts. All right. Then segment 2 is people who have engaged but haven't bought. These people, they'll open your emails, they'll click links, they're interested, but they haven't pulled the trigger. Okay. These are your warm leads. But with the right emails, this segment can become your easiest source of revenue by far. If you send the right emails, because all they need is the perfect offer and the right emotional trigger. The perfect offer and the right emotional trigger. If you do that, then they will buy. Segment 3 is your low ticket buyers. These are your favorite people. Okay. They've trusted you with your money, and they're more likely to buy again, especially if someone has invested into you before. They are way, way more likely to buy from you again than anyone else, right? But the problem is most coaches, they only sell once and then they leave their customers alone forever. But that's a big mistake. Your buyers are the ones most likely to buy your next offer, your next coaching program, your next event ticket, your next everything. So create a VIP segment, a segment for people who might have invested in you before, and treat them differently. Give them early access to new offers, offer exclusive discounts. In fact, don't do this, but I've seen it work sometimes. Or ask for feedback or testimonials. Make them feel like insiders. Make them feel like they're part of some community that other people aren't. If you can create that element of exclusivity and you can make them feel important, then people are way more likely to buy from you if you make them feel important. Okay? Segment 4, cold subscribers. These are people who haven't opened in 60 plus days, all right? Some of them still care, or some of them might just be busy. So before deleting them forever, just send them a simple re-engagement campaign, all right? Something like, hey, I noticed you haven't been opening my emails, totally okay. Just click here if you want to stay. If they click or they reply, then keep them. If they don't, then remove them, all right? Smaller list, higher deliverability, more money per subscriber. Now, just a quick warning about this, because this is important. Most people will hear this and they'll think there's too much work, all right? But once you set this up once, all you need to do is set this up once. And that's something really, really good about email marketing. Most of the stuff, you just need to set up once and then it runs automatically. So once you set up once, then everything becomes easier. Your open rates will go up, your sales will go up, and people will start to feel like your emails are actually written for them. But now that we've broken down segmentation, so you're sending the right emails to people, all right, and it feels tailored, this is where we get really deep. And this is about the 3 different email types, the 3 most powerful email types, if you want to turn trust into actual revenue without being pushy, without being salesy, because you segmented your list now. You know who's new, you know who's engaged, you know who's bought, you know who's cold, but segmentation alone won't make you money. It just tells who you're talking to. It just tells you who you're talking to. Step 3 is where we decide what to say. And this is where most people go horribly wrong. They send value emails that educate, but don't convert. Value does not convert in today's day and age. Or on the opposite side of the spectrum, they'll send discount, salesy emails that just feel pushy, that feel desperate, and they get ignored. So the question is, how do you sell without sounding like you're selling? Well, you use these 3 types of emails over here that I'm going to break down to you, and it literally hypnotizes people into buying from you. So here they are. Firstly, we have storytelling emails. People do not buy information. People buy emotion, identity, and a better future for themselves, which is why story emails work so well. In a storytelling email, start with a relatable moment or conflict, add tension or a problem, share a turning point or lesson, and connect it to the reader's current struggle or dream. For example, you can say something like, as an opening line, I was sitting in my car outside the gym, engine running, hands on the steering wheel, but I couldn't walk in. Or 2 years ago, I sent an email that made exactly $0. Today, that same list makes me 10 grand a month. You're not selling here, but you're building trust, you're building authority, you're building some kind of emotional connection. And this allows you to transition into selling without being salesy. And that brings us to the second type, which is belief shifting emails. People don't buy often because they have some kind of limiting beliefs. They stuff like, this won't work for me, I don't have time, I've tried everything, I need to think about it, all of that. Objections. A belief shifting email takes one of those excuses and flips it, all right? For example, you can structure it something like this. You call out the belief, you show the flaw in that belief, you prove it with story or data, and then you open a new possibility. For example, a lot of people think email is dead or it only works if you have 100K followers. But what if I told you that I made my first 3K from a list of 213 subscribers? Then you talk about the story, etc. So the real question isn't, do I have a big list? It's, am I using the list I already have the right way? What we're doing here is simple. You're taking that old belief, you break it, and you replace it with a new one that makes buying your offer feel like both logical and emotional sense. Simple. Old belief, break it, new belief. That's it. All right. But we're not done here, because belief shifting is good, but identity shifting and identity selling is where this becomes permanent. All right. Because beliefs are changing all the time. But your identity, that's something that's rooted deeply within you. And that's something that's very, very powerful. It is, in my opinion, the deepest form of persuasion. The biggest reason people don't buy it isn't the price. It's because they don't see themselves as someone who can't succeed. Identity shifting emails, in general, help them step into their future self. All right? For example, using phrases like this in your emails. You're not the kind of person who just consumes content. You're the kind of person who takes action. You're not someone begging for clients. You're the coach people are waiting to hear from. You're not someone with a small email list. You're someone with an audience that trusts you. And today, we turn that trust into income. This type of email, these type of phrases, they make people say, that's me. That's who I want to become. Once identity shifts, then action follows, because it's aligned with who they already believe that they are. So they're way more likely to invest in and buy the program. Create your sequences. So the big takeaway from it is these emails are storytelling, belief shifting, and identity shifting. These are the most powerful email types. This is how you will sign clients. These emails and these principles, belief shifting, identity selling, storytelling, these are the most powerful principles, and this is what hypnotizes people into buying from you. It aligns them with your offer, it aligns them with their beliefs, it makes them believe that they are the type of person it makes them believe that they are the type of person who can succeed, and so they buy. So create your sequences with these types of emails at the heart: storytelling, belief shifting, identity selling. And over time, repeatedly showing up, then your audience will be ready to buy. People will be ready to buy without you ever having to make some kind of hard pitch, because they are doing the work for you. Now, in step 4, let me show you how to grow your list. Your list is clean, it's segmented, it's nurtured with stories, beliefs, and identity shift. Now comes the part where most people get it wrong, and that's growing your list in a smart way, because you don't need 10,000 new subscribers, new random subscribers. You just need more of the right people, more of the right subscribers, the ones who actually click, open, and buy. And that's exactly what we're going to do here. Let's first talk about lead magnets that actually convert. Most lead magnets fail because they're generic and oversaturated. Checklists, PDFs, boring guides. Everyone has these types of lead magnets. But the people know what the goal of your PDF is to sell them. People know that. So you have to position it in a way in which it doesn't seem like a lead magnet. And the best way I found to do that is YouTube videos. Create an unlisted YouTube video that's specific, that's actionable, and that solves one urgent problem. All right? Specific, actionable, and that solves one urgent problem. And the trick is the video should pre-qualify your audience. You want subscribers who actually match your future offers, not random people who won't buy. And the way in which you do that is by filtering, like what I did at the beginning of the video. Over here, I was talking about who the video is for and who it's not for, so that I can filter out people who aren't fit for my offer and people who are fit for my offer. All right. In the same way, your video should do that, and your emails in general should do that, so that you are attracting the right people. All right. And you don't need to keep chasing new subscribers. But it's all good having a good lead magnet, but you need to know how people actually see the lead magnet in the first place, how you can have good placement and good visibility so people find you. All right. Now, there are 2 ways in your ecosystem that you can really get emails and help people claim the lead magnet. One way is from Instagram. All right. And the best way that literally all 7, 8, 9 figure entrepreneurs, this is how how they get emails from their Instagram is using ManyChat. All right. In all your content, you should be directing people to watch this free video. Okay. You should be directing people to watch this free video. So what can happen is they comment the keyword like, I don't know, video. They comment the keyword like video. All right. Then in the DMs, you all you have to say to them is, oh, if you want the free video, then just enter your email here and I'll send it to you. And then you've collected the email and you send them the video. Simple. That's the first way to do it. The second way to do it is literally just from YouTube, just direct people to a simple sign-up page, all right, where you can just say, if you want to learn more, then subscribe to the email list. You don't even need to give the lead magnet here. And I found that generally from YouTube, giving the lead magnet is the best way to do it. But if you really want to, all right, and you really are passionate about people consuming your value, then you, of course, just say, here's this free video that breaks down this, enter your email here. The most important part about the second part is make sure the sign-up page is super simple, not some long landing page, all right? Super simple sign-up page so people don't even need to scroll down. Everything should just be on the screen, all right? Now, that's step 4. Step 4, that's it. That's all it was, is basically about building the right kind of list, the subscribers who are actually going to open, who are actually going to click, who are actually going to buy, so that you can make more money, because you need to have the right list, not just more people. And that brings us to the final step. And this is the exciting one about automation, which is where you can run this system 24/7 in your sleep, making money. Like, you don't need to do any work. You can create sequences that do all the work for you. Okay. Now, and by the way, this is excluding newsletters and broadcasts. Of course, you should still send broadcast emails, but automation is one of email marketing's most powerful features. All right. Because you've done the hard work now. You've cleaned your list, you segmented it, you've nurtured it with stories, beliefs, whatever, and you've grown it with the right subscribers. But one of the reasons why people never truly make the amount of money that they could make with email marketing is because they don't have the time to invest into it. But with this, that's never going to be a problem, because this allows you to turn your email list into a 24/7 income system. All right. So let me break down 4 sequences that you can install that will allow you to turn your email marketing into a revenue generating machine. First one, the welcome sequence. This is your first impression. And the purpose of it isn't just to say hello, but it's to set expectations, to create trust, and to start shaping how subscribers perceive you. Now, this sequence starts building authority. It starts beginning some kind of emotional connection. It essentially primes subscribers to engage with future messages. It trains them. It's the foundation, this sequence. This is the foundation that makes all of your other sequences more effective. If you have a good welcome sequence, you will generate crazy amounts of money. And I've seen it so many times with my clients. The second sequence is the core offer sequence. And all that there is here is it's about not being pushy and aggressive, but its purpose is just to present your main offer to the right audience at the right time. By aligning this sequence with the right segment, you convert engagement and curiosity into real action. Its power, this sequence's power, comes from delivering the offer when trust, when belief, when identities are already in place. So subscribers feel naturally ready to buy. And after that, the upsell sequence. This sequence focuses on past buys or highly engaged subscribers, all right? Its purpose is to increase the lifetime value of your audience. Very simple. Increase the LTV of your audience. The power lies in leveraging existing trust. Your subscribers have already shown they believe in you, and this sequence nurtures them forward toward higher value opportunities. So you can strengthen the relationship with your subscribers and you can make more money. And the final one is the re-engagement sequence. Even cold subscribers have potential value. The purpose of the re-engagement sequence is just to revive dormant relationships. Its power comes from reactivating interest and engagement without requiring to chase new leads, all right? By reminding subscribers of the value that you provide and just giving them a reason to re-engage, then the sequence will allow you to continue to grow your list, and generate more money, while you don't have to go out there and get more subscribers and get 10,000 new subscribers if you want to make more money. Now, when all four of these sequences are working together, your email list will transform into a self-sustaining revenue-generating system. All right? Every subscriber receives the right message at the right time, meaning that you'll build more trust, your engagement will grow, and your list will automatically compound in value without you even having to lift a finger, because you have built the systems. Now, that is the full breakdown on scaling your existing email list to the moon and beyond. But if you don't want to have to worry about all of this, then there's a link down below to work with us where we A to Z handle the entire email marketing process. But if you're not ready for that yet, then just click this video next, which breaks down something new.